I want to use my 401k for private lending, but can't roll over to a self-directed IRA because I still work at the job. Any cons to drawing a loan against the 401k and using the cash flow to pay off the loan? I don't think so. I am super fuzzy on 401k loans because it's been 6 or 7 years since I've had a 401k. I know that the 401k loan is what I used to buy my first house when I was 23, and I was able to pay that back pretty quickly. And I remember thinking that it was a fantastic thing to do. I know that one of the investors that I talk to a lot that buys properties here, he constantly borrows from his 401k to buy rental properties and pay it back. And if it's a 401k loan, it doesn't have, it's a loan to you, and you don't have to specify what you're using those proceeds for. So there's like no red tape on you lending that money, investing in properties with it, um, or making any other investments with it. So I think that's a really good strategy to do if you aren't yet able to roll it over. I would just make sure of anything that is remotely related to Wall Street that you read all of the fine print that comes along with those. So I know some 401k loans like have it in the fine print that if you leave that job, then that loan on the 401k is like immediately due in full. I would make sure that that clause isn't there. And if that clause is there, I would make sure that whatever you use that money to invest in, you've got the ability to be pretty liquid. So for our private lenders, we have a little clause in there that says, hey, if you can call this note at any time, giving us a 90-day written notice. So I would just be upfront with whoever you're lending that money to and say, hey, I don't have any intentions on leaving this job, but if I get fired or have some major life event, I may need to call this note and have it paid off pretty quickly. And whoever you're working with should be pretty understanding of that and be prepared to help you accomplish that given that scenario. But if they don't have that fine print, then it's not an issue. And I think it's just an overall good idea. Anything that you can do to get your money out of the stock market and out of Wall Street, I think is going to benefit you greatly, so long as you make it into investments that you have positive control over and that you are able to estimate some sort of return comparable to the stock market. I think any private loan that you could possibly do is better than anything that you could do in the stock market because it actually has a significant amount of accountability behind it. It's secured. So in the event that it defaults, it's not like your account goes to zero. You just now have a property instead of a loan. So that's a benefit. You're also able to have a lot more control about who your money benefits rather than whoever Wall Street chooses to endorse. But I won't go too heavy on that side. Thanks for watching that clip. I thought that was a good question. And I think you can ask good questions too. Join us every Friday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for a live stream Q&A where we answer plenty of questions just like this one. In the meantime, consider subscribing to the channel if you want more of this content. And if you want to increase your deal flow, analyze properties better, and help me feed my family, click the link below for a free 7-day trial of PropStream.